Hello again. You want to watch the little attached video. You want to listen to what the news announcers have to say. And this is posted on 4 NBC Washington. Super Bowl security. Federal officials mull whether attack on fiber optic systems connected to plot against Super Bowl. As you may or may not know, over the past 5 or 6 months, there have been a minimum of 12 attacks in the sewers in California near the Super Bowl stadium. And what these attackers have done is they've cut massive fiber optic cables. Now, the speculation is that the attacks to this point might have been tests to see, number one, if they can get away with it and the kind of confusion and damage they can inflict. As Super Bowl 50 approaches, government security officials are examining whether recent attacks on fiber optic systems in California could be connected to a more complex plot against the game. Now, I wonder what these rocket scientists are going to be examining. A series of unsolved incidences in which fiber optic cables in the Bay Area were deliberately severed is one of several risks detailed in an internal memo shared by the FBI and U.S. Department of Homeland Security Intelligence Analysis in the lead-up to Super Bowl 50 on February the 7th. Don't you feel comfortable knowing that Jay Johnson is heading up the Department of Homeland Security? Huh? How about the FBI Director, Combs? What's he done about Hillary to this point that we're aware of? Nothing. Anyway, the memo obtained by News 4 I-Team says the FBI and DHS have no information to indicate any specific credible threats to or associated with Super Bowl 50 or related events, but also details the attacks against the fiber optic systems, the threat of drones against the game, and potential game day attacks in crowded spaces just outside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, the host site of Super Bowl 50. Hey, does the event that took place in Paris, France come to mind? Where, 154 people were slaughtered at an event that they attended to some musicians, and over 200 were seriously injured. Does that sort of come to mind? The severed fiber optic cables raise the concerns individuals may be using these incidents to test and prod network durability in conjunction with a more complex plot, the memo said. There's a little more for you to read. You might want to take the time to do so. Drones are another possible way to attack. Remember the high-tech drone that miraculously landed safely in, I believe, Iranian hands, totally intact. Why wasn't that part of the deal that the Chosen One struck with the Iranians to return that technology? Wouldn't have mattered anyway. They've already taken it apart and built their own. Totally insane, folks. It's just a matter of time. What's happening in Europe and across the world is a snapshot of what's going to happen here. Anyone that thinks otherwise is delusional. What happened in Paris, France, accomplished the objective of the terrorists. They killed a lot of infidels, but they also tested the system, and they realized that the system doesn't work. If all of these cables get severed, might that affect communications as well? The ability to have police respond, the ability to have anyone respond. I would not attend a venue with a large crowd, especially a crowd like the Super Bowl that's going to have worldwide viewing participation. Can you imagine if a terror attack took place there? Huh? Can you? You might want to consider not going. You know what I think. You know why I think what I think. We're not being protected. If we were protected, none of this would be going on. This administration, led by Barack Hussein Obama, has infiltrated every key cabinet positions with Muslim Brotherhood members. That all by itself should give you your first clue. Never mind the fact that Egypt deemed the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist organization. A number of our own elected representatives have pretty much tried to do the same. They're waiting for a response. If that bill gets passed, which it probably won't, but if it does, then they have to wait for a response from the ketchup king. Have you noticed the amount of makeup? It looks like it's being splattered on his face with a spatula. What a horrible looking man. But this isn't about the Secretary of State. This is about a potential terror attack on February the 7th, 2016 in Santa Clara, California. You know what I think? You know why I think what I think? Open the attached link. Read the article. Decide for yourself if you want to attend. I know I already have.